When Eparts first started, we knew that we wanted to focus on being able to be scalable and to grow with the business as it progressed. And so we wanted to use broad platforms and use a best-of-breed approach where we could bring together multiple different software programs to allow us to integrate things over time. And whether that was in the early years, we would have to manually do inventory uploads and whatnot. And over time, as the business grew, Rappit was able to bring all of those manual processes in-house and integrate all those so that in the end, now where we're currently at, everything is fully automated and we're not having to do those things manually.
We approach the Eparts project like every other project we do. We want to serve the customer the best way we can without raising his maintenance cost afterwards. So we build up a very scalable application, which will scale up when it requires to, and will scale down when there's no usage, ensuring that Eparts is not paying cost for a project that's running without any usage. Another thing we wanted to make sure is that this project was ready to handle one order per day, but also thousands of orders per day. For Eparts, we made sure that we started the project on a low cost. The applications were having a low usage, and when the project scaled up, the orders grew, the applications scaled up with the project.
Yeah, with Rappit, we designed and still operate a fully customized warehouse app to do all of our operations, whether that's picking orders, moving inventory, receiving inventory, creating kits, and many different things. And the custom app that we have has really allowed us to be very responsive to employee requests or things that they see we could improve. And so when, for example, we have someone from the Rappit team on site in our warehouse, they can see the real world pinch areas that we have and update those. So whether it's, faster loading of the orders for picking or whatever it may be, we're able to quickly and efficiently get those orders in the hands of our warehouse staff and get them picked and shipped same day, which is crucial to our business of always being on time. One of the processes we were able to solve for our warehouse was our multiple item orders. And so as we grew in the early stages of the business, when we had not as many orders, it was easier to decipher single item orders and multiple item orders. But as we grew and we're processing more than 1,000 orders a day, we were able to carve out in the app specific tasks and regions in that app so you can separate the multiple item orders and implement a tote picking system. So you're picking all the parts for a certain order into a certain tote. They go onto a conveyor and they arrive at the ship station. It's much more organized for our staff, a lot easier for them, a lot less manual work. And in the end, it's also a lot more accurate. So we're making certain that we're shipping stuff the same day and we're shipping the right parts the same day. The platforms that we've built with Rappit over the years have allowed us to be infinitely scalable almost. Throughout the last numerous years, we've had double-digit revenue growth and also double-digit growth in package counts. And with minor advancements or enhancements to the operation is all that it takes to continue that growth forward with the strong groundwork that we have. And so the systems that we have created have really allowed us to grow, and our software does not hold our operation back. As much as we can grow, the software will handle that. One of the prime examples of the scalable growth that we're able to do with the Rappit team is within a 4-month period, we decided to start a second warehouse and had a second warehouse live. So the systems that we had in place, the groundwork that was there, was all ready to go, along with the forward thinking of the Rappit team members and management that allowed us to quickly act on some opportunities that allowed us to grow our business substantially and add a lot more warehouse space in a very short and cost-effective amount of time.
For Eparts, we built quite a lot of applications, I would say. almost the all full application landscape was developed by Rappit, including the custom warehouse management system, order management system, including the custom mobile application, which they use to do all the warehouse management stuff on, like order picking, inventory movements. And also we made a custom integration component, which is placed in between their sales channels like Amazon, eBay, and their custom Magento website, bringing all the orders into the order management system.
In the last few years, we have doubled in orders that we process daily and yearly. But with the software that we have in place that we can adapt to the growing business, we've only had to add a handful of new team members to the warehouse in order to handle that package flow, which allows us to not only save costs on personnel, but also invest more into our personnel and have quality people processing our orders. Ever since we started with Rappit back in 2020, we have had nothing but a first-class experience, whether it's the developers that we work with or the management working through some difficult situations. The team is always very forward-thinking, very willing to help us out on any of the tasks that we ask for, and is always thinking about the next step. So when we want to add a new warehouse or add a new shipping line, whatever it may be, it's not only that the Rappit team is doing that development, but they're also thinking about the next step for us and making sure that we're going to be able to be a sustainable and growing business into the future. When we first started Eparts, we knew we wanted to partner with a software company that would be willing to give us a chance even when we were small and just starting out, and also be willing to grow with us as the company got larger. And Rappit has proved to be that company over time and time again, no matter the different developments that we were looking for, from the early on stages of building it from the ground up all the way to complex integrations with where we're at today. Rappit's always been more than willing and accepting of those new ideas and the many different custom projects that we are interested in, whether that's in our warehouse operation, doing custom kitting projects or doing custom inventory integrations with different selling platforms. The Rappit team is always able to handle those projects and always does it with a happy face.
So when we understood that Eparts wanted to make use of multiple sales channels, there came a few challenges to mind at first. One of them being inventory. When you sell a product on one marketplace, you want to make sure that the stock on the other marketplaces is also being updated, because you want to prevent what we call overselling. When you oversell, you're selling items which you don't have in stock anymore because they were sold in another marketplace. To solve this challenge, we made a very resilient integration with the Salesforce platform, pulling out the stock and pushing it to all sales channels. Those orders are being pulled into Salesforce, where they can be handled by the order manager and order pickers. This way we're able to handle a lot of data at the same time, allowing the company, in this case Eparts, to scale up in a very mature manner. We also use Rappit Developer to create the vendor portal. The vendor portal is used by the Eparts staff itself to create a lot of product information, and it can also be utilized by vendors. By allowing vendors into the vendor portal, they will be able to create parts themselves, which they think are very nice to sell on the Eparts web shop, and then the Eparts staff can have a look at these parts, approve or decline based on their findings. This vendor portal application heavily utilizes the workflow mechanism, which we have implemented in Rappit Developer, allowing them to always have the right notifications at the right time for the right people.
One thing in working with Rappit that's been very beneficial to us is we don't have to turn away business. If we have new growth opportunities, we know that we're able to tackle those and take them head on, because we know that our software provider and our solutions are going to be there to back us up and grow with us and adapt with us over time, whether that's new AI technology or new integrations or software packages, whatever it may be. We know that we're going to be able to adapt with who we have as a provider. Our vendor and supplier relationships have become very easy to work with on the basis of our custom web portal that we have to store and manage product data. Allows us to quickly and efficiently run reports on our products whether that's stock levels or cross-reference information. We're able to get that information into easily usable spreadsheets or documents that we're able to share with our suppliers so they have all the knowledge they need to serve us the best way they can. Going with off-the-shelf software solutions for us in the beginning seemed like a very appealing thing to do, but the more we looked into it, we realized that there might be some cost savings in that upfront, but over time, it's so limiting to your business because you're not going to be able to add the features you want and change with the market and the landscape that you're in, as well as you start to become locked into different software programs because not only may you be built on that platform, but your staff is trained on that platform and whatnot. And so having custom built programs allows you to be scalable and also flexible in whatever you need to do.
Eparts chose Rappit because we are a one-stop shop. We have the industry knowledge, we can help companies with custom AI-led application development, and we have a very skilled cloud ops team, making sure companies are always on the highest standards of cybersecurity risks. And next to that, we also have a support team that is making sure your application is running 24/7.
When first starting out in business, at least it was a story for our company. You had a mission and goal in mind, and you knew what you wanted to do, whether that was a product to make or a problem to solve for people. But over time, business changes, the market changes, so many different things can change within your business that it's critical that your software is able to change with you. And if you have a very rigid and complex software program that's not easy to adapt or change with you, it can hold back your business and you might have to say no to opportunities that you want to take on.